Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
To the teaching fraternity have directed me today. This is the sole authority, the voice of teachers in this nation. I'm today directed to issue a strike notice.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to repeat, I don't know if the cameras are catching this very well. By powers bestowed on the National Executive Council, by this Constitution, and I stated earlier, the sole authority between the annual delegates conference is NEC. They have today directed the Secretary General to issue a strike notice without delay.
Yes. Yes.
To Teachers Service Commission to declare that teachers will not, I think the right word is shall. Teachers shall not. And teachers shall down their tools.
Yes.
Teachers shall withdraw their labor.
Yes.
And schools will not open.
Yes.
In the 116 branches of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. 110 branches of Knut shall make sure, and that is through the branch executive secretaries, that there's total withdrawal of labor until this matter is resolved.
Yes.
So I'm crafting a strike notice immediately. And the law is very clear. Within 7 days, the employer shall be served with a strike what? Notice. We have left no stone unturned. We have communicated to the employer severally. The employer has not responded. We have communicated to the Ministry of Labor by registering a dispute. That is within the law. I have requested, and today I had a meeting, a special meeting of the NEC. They have directed that I do a notice to the employer to state that the industrial action is on.
Yes.
And we, as teachers of this country, shall withdraw labor. And the starting time is midnight of 25th of August before schools open on the 26th of August. So any teacher who shall be sleeping on 25th during the night, by midnight they shall be awake to withdraw the labor officially.
Yes.
That is the position that we have taken. Collins or you. Today, we sat here to deliberate on the chronological events as we have raised issues up and down with the employer. And allow me to read this statement very fast. Having sat and deliberated today, so I'll start. On the 5th of August 2024, Kenya National Union of Teachers wrote a letter to Teachers Service Commission regarding the implementation of the second phase of the salary award for the reviewed CBA 2021-2025 after realizing that the same had not been factored in the July 2024 teachers' payslips. In the letter, Knut asked TSC for a meeting, which was to be on 7th of August at 9 a.m. The commission responded the following day. And in their response, they informed the union that they were to revert to the union once internal consultations on the matters were finalized. 7 days later, there has neither been an invitation nor reasons given by Teacher Service Commission why the meeting has never materialized. On the 12th of August, we wrote again to Teacher Service Commission, reminding them of our earlier letter dated 5th, which was requesting for a meeting between the two parties. The union went further to inform that away from that other one reason, that was the CBA implementation phase 2, there were other pertinent issues that needed to be addressed urgently. And we have listed the pertinent issues. 1, third-party deductions accrued are not remitted to respective organizations. For instance, teachers have bank loans. And for 5 months, where Teacher Service Commission has deducted money to repay the loans, these monies have not reached the banks. Then our SACCOs, teachers have deductions for shares and even loan repayment. 5 months down the line, nothing has happened. Burial schemes and teachers' education funds, equally, no money has been remitted in the last 5 months. National chairman, NSSF deductions, the same is happening. So we are saying all these third-party deductions have not been remitted for 5 months. The conversion of 46,000 junior school teachers to permanent and pensionable terms is yet to be told to us when. Then on the same, employment of another 20,000 new teachers. Another issue that we raised with Teacher Service Commission is about the 130,000 teachers who are stagnated on various job groups, even after they attended interviews. Medical cover is an issue where service providers are not able to treat teachers. And I must say, and this will be confirmed by the rest here,
Yes.
across the country, some of our teachers are dying simply because they cannot be treated. To date, the Commission has not responded to the issues that we raised. Of course, this is a demonstration that Teacher Service Commission is unresponsive and unwilling to embrace the available dispute resolution framework, even after the union warned that failure of their response would resort to industrial action without further reference to any other communication. Additionally, it demonstrates that the Commission has already violated Section 6.1 of the CBA 2021-2025 on obligations of the parties in implementation of the existing CBA. Specifically, Section 6.1.1, which states that the employer should ensure expeditious settlement of reported industrial grievances and strictly observe the grievances handling mechanism recommended in this agreement and law. Now, Section 62 of the Labor Relations Act 2007 outlines the dispute resolutions framework, which includes but not limited to enabling a meeting between the employer and the employee so as to address labor disputes therein. Kenya National Union of Teachers, and I want to state clearly, went further and wrote to the Cabinet Secretary, Labor and Social Protection, on the 14th August to officially register a labor dispute between the union and the Employer Teachers Service Commission. And this is a provision in the Labor Relations Act, Part 8, Section 6, 2, 62(1) A and B. So even as we sit here today, we have turned all stones. And I want to state clearly, members of the National Executive Council have today gotten a feedback of the route that this union has taken so that the industrial action is protected. It was very loud 2 days back about registration of a dispute by the other union. We registered a dispute with the Ministry of Labor, and we handed over the document on the 14th of August. That's about 2 days ago. Our demands as a union, Teacher Service Commission immediately implement the second phase of the amended 2021-2025 CBA that we signed. We signed this document with Teacher Service Commission. There is no reason whatsoever where one phase having commenced last year and the second phase not considered this year. We know too well that signing a CBA, which of course is a legal document, depositing the same in the Employment and Labor Relations Court is the final route we can take. And obeying the same CBA by paying the first phase. The first phase indicated that the second phase is already in the payslip. And we are expecting that money in arrears.
Yes.
In arrears.
Yes.
In arrears.
Yes.
In arrears.
Yes.
And no single teacher in this country will accept to be cheated. No single teacher in this country will accept to be cheated. Let the second phase come in arrears. Another demand is the remittance of the third-party deductions made by Teacher Service Commission to the relevant organizations. We don't know where this money is kept. And we are telling TSC, our teachers will not be arrested with banks. We shall not allow auctioneers in the homesteads of teachers because they've not remitted the loans as said by banks. Because practically, the pay slips indicate that this money has been deducted by TSC.
Yes.
Where is the money? Where is the money?
Where?
Where is the money?
Where?
We want to say here that the acts of omissions by Teacher Service Commission is exposing a lot. And when I say a lot, you know what I mean. That exposure, I want to say on behalf of our teachers, is none of our business. It is no skin of our nose. We want Teacher Service Commission to remit this money as soon as immediate, or as soon as yesterday. The conversion of the 46,000 teachers, this is known to everybody. The promotion of 130,000 is equally a demand, and we say here as a demand, we shall not accept to see our members dying outside here and they don't receive what we call medical allowance. We sacrificed, and we are parties in the comprehensive medical cover. whoever Teacher Service Commission contracted must see to it that these teachers are treated. The contract between TSC and the insurer for the medical cover, hiyo ni shauri yao. Hiyo ni shauri yao. Hiyo ni shauri yao. Teachers must be treated. The National Executive Council sitting today, the 16th of August 2024, having looked at the developments of these grave matters of concern to the teaching fraternity, have directed me today. This is the sole authority, the voice of teachers in this nation. I'm today directed to issue a strike notice.
Yes.
Yes.
And I want to repeat, I don't know if the cameras are catching this very well. By powers bestowed on the National Executive Council by this Constitution, and I stated earlier, the sole authority between the annual delegates conference is the NEC. They have today directed the Secretary General to issue a strike notice without delay.
Yes.
To Teacher Service Commission to declare that teachers will not, I think the right word is shall. Teachers shall not. And teachers shall down their tools.
Yes.
Teachers shall withdraw their labor.
Yes.
And schools will not open. In the 116 branches of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. 110 branches of Knut shall make sure, and that is through the branch executive secretaries, that there's total withdrawal of labor until this matter is resolved.
Yes.
So I'm crafting a strike notice immediately. And the law is very clear. Within 7 days, the employer shall be served with a strike what? Notice. We have left no stone unturned. We have communicated to the employer severally. The employer has not responded. We have communicated to the Ministry of Labor by registering a dispute that is within the law. I have requested, and today I had a meeting, a special meeting of the NEC. They have directed that I do a notice to the employer to state that the industrial action is on. And we, as teachers of this country, shall withdraw labor. And the starting time is midnight of 25th of August before schools open on the 26th of August. So any teacher who shall be sleeping on 25th during the night, by midnight they shall be awake to withdraw the labor officially.
Yes.
That is the position that we have taken. It is true we were with the CS Labor, Dr. Mutua, on 2 issues. Courtesy call being a new CS, which is quite in order. Then we made a verbal presentation of our dispute from what I've read here, even the blind can see that there's a dispute. We can't agree. If the employer cannot sit with the representative of those employed, that's a serious challenge. So, courtesy call, and we verbally registered a dispute. So we took the dispute in the letter that I'll show to you here. We've written to the CS Labor, registering a dispute. So when he tells you, he tells us that he's going to, we give him time. Yes, that time is there. That time does not stop us from going through the legal line of instituting an industrial action.
Yeah.
We shall wait. And we are waiting. That time is there. Even as the time is there, we are following the route. We're following the route and have lined down, you know, the several steps that we must follow. You know, we cannot just sit back as a union and we know the legal connotations that are there. So we are saying we are giving time to everybody to have this matter sorted out. But that shall not stop us. That shall not stop us from following the provisions of the law.
That is it.
Kenya National Union of Teachers does not operate in a banana republic.
That is it.
We operate in a republic that is law-abiding. So we are only following the law, the provisions of the law, to make sure that our members are protected.
Yes.
But congratulations, CS. Go ahead. I know your competence. And I told him in the office that looking at him, even this matter shall be sorted out chap. That's what I told him. So we are there. We are not infringing on anybody's rights. We are within the law as a union. And we shall not leave any stone unturned. It's matters of procedure.
Amen.
Walimu, kuna deductions ambazo zaitwa third party deductions, ambazo zikitolewa kwa mshahara zapasa kulipwa kwingineko. Kwanza kabisa tuko na mambo ya mikopo, loans, katika sako zetu na benki zetu hapa nchini. Mwalimu amechukua loan yake, analipa pole pole au analipa kipole. Pesa yake inapokatwa kutoka kwa mishahara hayalengi pale, na sasa tuna miezi karibu 5 hizo pesa hazijafika mahali inayopasa. Swali letu ni kwamba hizi pesa mwajiri anazipeleka wapi? Kuna wenzetu wamepata barua kutoka benki ambazo wanatarajiwa kuandika pia kuonyesha kwamba ni lini wataleta hizi pesa in arrears. Payslip yako yaonyesha kwamba pesa imekatwa. Na pale benki, pale sako, hiyo pesa haipo. Teacher Service Commission mwajiri alete hizo pesa akalipe ili mwalimu awe huru. Asante.